This is a brief introductory explanation of the Lifestyle Project. This is not a substitute for reading the entire instructions which are posted on Blackboard Learn in the content area Lifestyle Project. The goal of the Lifestyle Project is to make changes to your everyday habits. And those changes should have a beneficial effect on the environment. These changes aren't difficult, but they may be considered to be challenging. They'll require a little bit of planning and awareness of your actions, and I'm going to go through some ways that you can help to plan and design your weekly lifestyle project changes. The fundamental concept is that you'll choose 3 of 6 categories. I'm going to list the 6 categories here: heat, garbage and waste generation, electricity use, water use, driving practices, and eating habits. Of these 6 categories, you'll want to choose 3 of them which you think you can change the way you live in order to reduce your impact on the environment. For example, if you were going to change your eating habits, something that you might do is to go vegetarian. Now, if you're already a vegetarian, that doesn't make sense. So we want to make sure that these are changes that we're doing in our lifestyles that can reduce your ecological footprint. The Lifestyle Project will last for 2 weeks, and you're responsible for completing 2 weeks worth of changes in your habits. The first week will be 2 days of lifestyle changes, and you can spread out the way that these lifestyle changes are incorporated into your week. For instance, you'll have to change, if you choose these 3 categories, heat, water, and diet, you would then want to change the way that you use your heater or your air conditioner, the way that you consume water, and not only water in terms of drinking water, but water in terms of showering, in terms of irrigation around your property, and then the way that you eat. And you'd have to do each of those lifestyle changes for 2 days during the week. So potentially you could do all 3 in 2 days, or you could spread those 3 out over multiple days, and I'll show you some ways that you can separate those out in the calendar that we'll look at. So for the first week, 2 days. For the second week, 3 days for each category that you choose. So it ramps up during the second week, where instead of just doing 3 days of changing your lifestyle for each category. So let's look at how this works out on the calendar for a solid visual description. You'll want to create a calendar and pick the days which will count as your project days. You can spread your project days out any way that works best for you. This means that you should be thoughtful when you're choosing your project days, that you're thinking about ways that you live and how those lifestyle habits that you've created for yourself may be impacted by these lifestyle changes. Don't reduce your driving on a day when you know you have to drive for some other reason and there are no other alternatives. So here's an example of the way you can organize your calendar. You can see for week 1, the categories are waste, heat, and water that have been chosen in this example. And in this case, the student has decided to spread out the days which they complete the lifestyle project changes to 1 every day. So Monday they just work on waste, Tuesday they just work on heat, Wednesday they work on waste again. And you can see in that way they only have to concentrate on 1 lifestyle change per day, simplifying potentially for them the way that they change their life. However, in week 2 you can see that the student has gone for the exact opposite approach and lumped all the lifestyle changes into 3 days out of the week. And this may be simpler for some of you. Say you have a very busy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You may want to lump your lifestyle changes into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just complete all of them in each day that you are working on the lifestyle project. So this is up to you to know yourself and to know the way that would work best for you. Each day you should complete a journaling. The journal that you produce is really just for yourself. Things that you should think about is, what are the 3 areas that I changed? Each day, talk about the changes that you made. And what were your impressions? Generally, was it successful? Was it unsuccessful? Why or why not? So yeah, I was supposed to be a vegetarian today, but I went out to dinner with my family and they were buying, and they would not allow me to eat anything other than meat. I don't know, something like that, where you're telling about your personal experience, the impressions that you had while trying to attempt to change your lifestyle, and the results. At the end of each week, you'll be posting a video journal to YouTube, and that video journal is described in detail in the Lifestyle Project instructions in Blackboard Learn. So I'm not going to go into all the requirements here, but the posting to YouTube has to be done for the first week and then the second week. So there'll be 2 videos that you'll produce. You'll post them to YouTube. If any of you are having troubles posting to YouTube, there are YouTube videos that describe how to post to YouTube. YouTube typically only accepts specific types of file formats in terms of video formats. The one that I work with mostly is called an MP4. If you're having problems finding video editing software, most people's smartphones or computers these days incorporate video editing software, as well as YouTube has its own online. PowerPoint also has video editing software, and you can download various softwares for free that will last for a month that should get you through this lifestyle project as well. If you're having problems finding video editing software, please feel free to email me. I'm happy to point you in some directions that may work for you. Once you've posted your video to YouTube, then you'll want to go to our Blackboard Learn discussion page and post your video within your group. Now I'm going to cut over to our Blackboard Learn page and take a quick look at where that will be done. So you'll come over here. Here's what our Blackboard Learn page looks like. You'll click on the discussion boards content area, and you'll see that I've created a discussion board called Lifestyle Project Week 1. This is where you'll be posting your first week's video link and commenting on your group mates' videos as well. So here's a description, a brief description of what you're supposed to do within this discussion board. Remember, this is not the full description. In order to get more information, please see the Lifestyle Project instructions within the Lifestyle Project content area. So if we click on this Lifestyle Project Week 1 discussion board, you'll see that I've broke it into, I've created threads for each small group. So starting in Unit 2, we now have new groups. So Unit 1, you are in Group 1. You need to find out which group you're in now for Unit 2. And you'll be working with new people in the class to share your videos, comment on one another's videos, and get ideas about how their lifestyle project went, things that they did that worked, things that they did that didn't work, and why. And in this way, hopefully we can kind of get feedback from one another on ways to change our lifestyles. Now let's get back to looking at the actual video and the lifestyle rubric for how you'll be graded on this. So once you've posted your video to YouTube, you've linked it to Blackboard Learn, I will then go in and I will view your video and I will grade you based on this rubric. Each week your video is worth 50 points. Your organization is worth 10 points. The actual quality of the video is worth 10 points. The speaker and the way that you speak is worth 10 points. And finally, the content is worth 20 points. That concludes this brief overview of the Lifestyle Project. For more information, more detailed information, please review the actual instructions set out for you in Blackboard Learn.